Hi and welcome to my beginner's guide for Undecember. This is targeted towards players who are new to the game, haven't really worked out how to do a lot of the things and just trying to navigate it for the first time. I recommend if you are new, you join the Discord below. It's full of community members who are willing to help you for any questions that you may have of the game as you're trying to find your way around. Now, just to explain the game to you, it's built up of acts, a bit like Diablo and Path of Exile. You'll work your way through the acts all the way to Act 10. This will help you level up, collect gear, learn the game before you get to the end game content. Now, you can do raids from level 30, but I'd recommend you go into a guild, which I'll explain later how to join if you're going to try and do that. But for the meantime, just focus on actually trying to level up, working your way through the map and making sure you pick up as many of the zones as possible. This will allow you to grow your character to the maximum you can before you get to endgame. Now, just to start with, when you are playing Undecember, you'll have a notification saying you have mail. To get that mail, you have to click and go to the mailbox itself. In this mailbox, you'll find rewards. I haven't got any at the minute, but just in case you see it and you try to find where it is, you look in the chat, etc., just go to the mailbox in any of the towns and you'll be able to get the mail that's there and claim the rewards that you get. Something very basic, but something you might not know because some of these rewards are timed and you may forget to do it. Now, look at the UI. Across the bottom on your left is your potion stacks, how much weight you're carrying in your bags. The red is your health, the blue is your mana, and on the right is your skills. I'll go into the skills in a bit more depth because obviously they are a bit different. If you press control, if you're on PC, you can switch to your next skill set, but that's a bit more advanced because if you're new to this, you're only going to be working with one set of skills. So for the benefit of this video, we'll just go into runes themselves and your skills. Now, this works on a link system. It's quite basic. There's a link below to the main video from Undecember on how to do this. But basically, if you're melee and you have a strike, skill, etc., you want to try and match them up, but the red sides have to touch the red. It's basically how it's going to do. It's just a colour pattern. As you can see, I have green to green with the sides. These can be altered using the enchanter. You can move them around to suit. You're going to try and get as many links as possible throughout that section. Once you've got them linked, you'll have all your skills in the next tab. To do it, all you have to do is find the skill that you've got, put it in place, and you'll see the square goes next to it. This is now one of your skills. If it's got chains over it, it means you can't use it because the weapon you've got at present doesn't use that skill. But just read the skills carefully to make sure that it actually works with what you've got. I'll do a further guide into runes, etc. and skills, but not at the minute because I want to try and get as far as possible so I can give you all the options. To level up your skills, go to the enchanter, like you've just seen me do, head over, and all you have to do is put it into the middle, register it, and start updating with the materials that you've got. Simple as that. Now, make sure you don't waste the materials. Pick the build you want to use. I strongly urge that you go to Discord that I've said, find builds in there that suits your style of gameplay. To enchant them, it's pretty much the same. Just go to enchant, put it in, and you can. This is where you can change the sides and the colours of your skills to try and link them in separate ways. So if you've got one red, you can add it so you've got two colours, and you can try and get two reds and get that split across. It is a bit complicated to start with, but it does actually show you and highlight where you can put one if you've got it. I'd recommend getting a build, as I said, and sticking to it as best you can to stop high investment in things you're not going to use, because if you waste it, you're just wasting your own time. Now, moving on to gear, you'll go to the blacksmith to do any of your gear works. What I will say is, if you have a bow or mage staff and you're not going to use it and it's not the build you're going to use, it's not going to be relevant for you, get rid of it. Honestly, just dismantle it, take the materials, don't be a loot goblin, there's no point, just get rid. Now, go to the blacksmith. He does sell stuff. The low levels is pretty crap, but this is where you can actually enchant your gear. Put it in and you'll see there's no slots at the minute. If I enchant it, I've got 2 slots, it's going to be 2 additional. You can repeat this, and there's other ways to enchant as well, but I'm not going to go into that now. I'll do a more of an enchanting video later. This is just literally for the basics of getting started. As I said, you can dismantle, go to the dismantle tab, put it across and just dismantle and take the materials for it. We'll touch on storage later, but yes, you do collect a lot of materials in this game, a hell of a lot, so you always get the option to do it. And as you go through the game, you'll find that you'll even more as you're going through it. Now, at the shop, this is where you're going to buy your potions. Now, just to make it clear, your potions autofill when you're fighting or your mana is being used. It will autofill your mana. I didn't like this at first, but honestly, it is worth it. Just keep an eye on your stocks of mana. As you start, I was buying for the first 2 acts 100 bottles of the small at a time and just put them into my hotbar, and it was just automatically healing. But keep an eye on it because it does quickly go down, especially if you're doing like a hard melee where you're always in the middle of it. It's just something to bear in mind at all times. Now, to touch on your Zodiac, this is where you will do all your traits, etc. Now, you see the 3 points as you go through. I'm evenly doing mine at a minute because I'm just leveling, but when I find the build I want to use, I'll reset using gold to do this. But as you go across, each one of the peaks on the Zodiacs to the right of your main, these won't open for the first couple of levels, but once they do, you can start focusing the build you've got to what you're trying to use. If you've got minions, you can focus your Zodiacs on minions. If you're just doing melee, you can do it in armor and barriers and strength and just be a complete tank. Just remember, when you get to the raid, you're going to have some sort of role. If you're going to be a tank or DPS, make sure you go the right way about it. As I said, you can reset this with gold. There is a currency thing you can get. I don't know if you can get it in game, but all that does is cool down your timer. Nothing major, to be honest. Now, your storage, this has got a lot of conversation about it. Yes, it can be hard to manage, but it is manageable. I've kept everything just now for this video, so I had everything I needed to actually show it. But a lot of stuff I got rid of. You can buy storage. It is a little expensive. It's £10 per tab, but depending on how much you're going to play this game, £10 isn't a lot of money, to be fair. There is a lot of tabs you can get. It does accumulate to a lot, but you've got to think how often you're going to play. Are you going to be a serious player? Is an investment? Possibly. Next controversial point is the pets. You actually pay a monthly fee for them to auto pick. I'll be honest, it's a pain in the arse. It picks up absolutely everything. As soon as mine is finished with the 7-day free you get, plus I've got another 2 days free to use as well, I will be disabling him. He's honestly a pain in the arse. He picks up the biggest amount of crap you've ever seen. But it's up to you if you want to use it. Personally, I won't be using him because I say he is just frustratingly annoying all the bloody time. Now, moving on to the gems. Just to show, you can only get this currency in-game. You can't buy this. You can only get it in-game. So people can only get these just like you, or you can get these through the rewards, etc. There is a level playing field with this currency. The only currency you can buy is diamonds. If you go into the shop, you'll see that buys you packs that you can actually get all the stuff from. I've done another video on this already, debunking some things. All the stuff you can buy, 90% of it you can actually get just doing the login rewards. So, but you can look at that if you want. It's quite clear as day, to be quite honest. This makes you pay for quality of life more than quality of power. I mean, the auction house is a bit different, but if you join a guild and get working with guild members and stuff and go and do the drops, I recommend you do it. I'm new to a guild, I'm still getting to know the game, but this will help you find people to play with as you go through your time in Undecember. If you do raids, etc., get the drops. I'm never one to use auction houses, if I'm being completely honest. I like to try and get as many drops as possible. Will the drop rate be high? Not sure, but you can get equipment that gives you better rarity of drops. Now, the guild's got a chat as well. There's chats in game. There's the usual people try to sell rubies and stuff and currencies. Don't bother, don't do it, it's pointless. Rubies you can get in game because you can actually sell stuff and use the rubies, so it's a win-win, especially for free to play or someone who's a very low spender. Now, login rewards, there's tons of them. Honestly, there's absolutely tons of login rewards. Every time it pops up, just take them. A lot of this stuff you get is crafting stuff as well. Just take note of the golden pot at the end because I want to show you something that is quite relevant. You see here, all the stuff that I've been using, I'm getting free. Now, it's not to say that they could bring something into the game that's going to break that. I can't tell the future, but you see the pot again, that's 30-day login. This is the first battle pass that you use. It's up to you if you get it. I don't tend to buy battle passes anyway, but if you use the battle pass here, you'll see you get the same rare pot you get twice before. With the act pass, if you complete all 10, if you think it's worth it, then get it. If you don't, then don't get it. As simple as that. But yeah, hope that helps. I would recommend joining the Discord. Like I said, there's a lot of people in there helping each other, enjoying the game. Free to plays, a lot of them as well. But thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one.